Official podcast down. Murder Reek is in the building. He's getting ready.
Chips again.
Getting ready. G's in the building. McFly's in the building. We got some interesting things to get into, guys. Number one, as we have from my background here, no one's watching this versus, by the way. I want to just be the first to say it. I like Big Daddy Kane. I like KRS-One. Legends. No one's watching this shit. It's not gonna happen. So I don't know. I think we said it earlier in our chat offline. It's a good thing that they sold versus when they did, because they are just running out of shit to fucking do. That's my opinion. But
I think they're misinformed on what people want to see. Like, people hear the word legend and they're like, oh, who wouldn't want to see the legends?
Yeah.
A lot of us, actually.
Yeah. And that's the thing. They got the wrong legend. Like, if you're gonna do Kane, you got to do Rakim.
That's also true. That's
and the crazy thing
true.
is, Rakim, he doing stuff. He was on Tiny Desk. He was like, he's out here performing live.
My uncle was in Vegas. He just saw like Rakim was performing in Vegas. Jazzy Jeff is a DJ. Like, he's out doing shows.
Clearly he has the time. clearly he got the time.
I'm not saying he broke, but I'm pretty sure he wouldn't mind the bag.
No. Like, if he out there doing a residency in Vegas, like, that means people coming to see you.
Yeah. I'd be curious how what I feel like a lot of people who are doing versus are somewhat tied to it now. Like, maybe they've invested in it or something like that. So I'd be curious to know, like, what's going on with, like, the ownership behind the scenes, or who's investing in it and stuff like that. Because I wonder if that plays a part in who they pick.
It might.
That could be.
But I think also the older verses, I think they do have an audience. Because I know people were like, yo, ain't nobody watching Isley's and Earth, Wind, and Fire. And that was like probably one of their most popular joints.
Not the age group maybe you're in, but there's somebody watching this shit. I'll tell you right now. Get the Instagram to work for me, all right? Before you go out,
like
all
that,
right?
Like wait a minute, like Earth, Wind, and Fire and Isley, like it'd be the same thing with Kane and KRS-One. I think like you're gonna have an older crowd.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, I was like, you got songs I know.
I don't really like KRS-One after like 88, but
I'm saying right now, here's the thing. Here's her potential pitfall. Number one, what bag is KRS-One gonna dip into? Because he has a whole tap bag. I don't need him. He gotta stay clear of that shit.
Bridges over KRS.
He gotta. He get into that bag. I'm gonna be like, all right, bro. I'm going to sleep. I'm cutting this shit off.
Yeah, he can't. He
right
can't
now. He can't go deep on that bag. So I don't know. I feel like, 50 said this shit about verses. He was like, they asked him about whether he would do it or not. I think initially, because everybody who's been around for a long time and has a deep enough catalog, they ask this shit to him, right? It's like just a obvious question now. And he was like, nah. He said this is something that he thought was cool when we were inside. He said, well, we outside now,
right?
So his mind, he was like, ain't something I want to do. I feel like that's where I'm struggling with this at, because what are you doing to appeal now that people are going back out? They're doing shit. They're not stuck in a house no more. And you come out with this? I don't think this is what you need.
Do it on like a Tuesday morning.
Right. you got, and the thing is, like, it's almost like they didn't follow what made Lox and Dipset successful.
No.
You had not Ghostface. You had Styles, the Ghost. Jim Jones talking trash for Jeff like 2 weeks.
Right. Building the hype of this.
Building it up. You had Madison Square Garden. Lox came in super focused. Like, you're like, yo, this they coming for real. And you just and he just had a certain energy around it. The other verse, like, it doesn't feel like they were built like that, because it's almost like, yo, you getting dudes at battle that are like super friends, but they not competitive. Like Ja and Fat Joe didn't talk trash to each other at all. leading up to it.
Well,
Like,
I mean, he called him dusty bitches, and he got in trouble for it.
Yeah, during the battle.
And he
But I'm just saying,
he
like,
apologized 7 times.
Yeah, but it wasn't like the build up. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not.
You need. I think I think maybe G, you mentioned it. We need real beef now.
For sure.
Like I know everyone's like, everyone's saying now, it's it's a celebration. We go, man, fuck that. It's a versus means battle. It means fight. It means opposition. Let's go.
You almost had that with Jeezy and Gucci, but Jeezy wanted to be Mr. High Road the whole time. And I was like, you was gonna crush him on the songs anyway, but you could have played Stay Strapped.
He didn't want to get shot.
I think that's
Gucci had a lot of people there.
Gucci's very deep, so I mean, I think that's part of it. I also think,
listen, I died for the culture.
He said, "Die for the culture."
They don't love you till you're gone. So
you're right. Do it for the culture.
I just think they need more of that. I think we talked about like it don't happen, but like 50 versus Ja, that's what we wanted. You gave us Fat Joe, who's his boy. Like,
right. If you got somebody has a big right, that's the thing. Like, it doesn't work when you know somebody has a rival and you put a replacement in there. So like this why like they came. It's like if you put Rakim, it's like okay, because everybody know that was their rival. They're like that was the rival. Kane ain't Rakim. And then he's like, oh well, Rakim we can't get him, so we're gonna put KRS one. Like, no, just don't do it. Get 2 other people.
I don't want to see KRS.
Get LL and Cannabis.
Right.
Oh, real beef. If you're gonna go old school, go with beefs that old school guys are gonna know. Anybody who's a fan of any one of them knows about that beef. Go get him. That's better. I mean, Cannabis
a lot of them
destroyed,
old
but I
mean, he got nigganomics.
Cannabis would be destroyed. So we're not.
He got hypnitis. He can drop hypnitis.
Cannabis is not winning around.
He has to get retarded.
He's not winning around, but at least if he bring out
Tyson, he got at least 3 rounds for me.
He's not going to win a round. And also, I think when if you bring out, okay, he bring out Tyson, I'll give him a round.
I don't know. You can bring out Tyson. LL was on Mike Tyson's podcast.
Tyson is peaceful now too.
Right.
Tyson's peaceful, but I still feel like somebody said about his shoot around way, he killing it. I just
he did say he wanted to fight the Paul brothers. So
yeah, I don't. The Paul brothers, nah.
No, the Paul. Logan Paul, Jake Paul.
Oh yeah, he said
he's gonna pull up on LaMelo.
I was like, not LaMelo. We need LaMelo for the league. You kidding me? We ain't got no good guys that young. I did see that though. Him fighting Paul. That would be funny, but he said nah. He said for $100 million. He said he'd do it. For $100 million, he'd do it. I'm like, he's gonna eat his children.
It don't make more than $100 million. It'll be
easy.
Way more than $100 million.
He did a number out like he said he won't do it. He said for $100 million, he'd do it. Even he knows everybody got a price. He'll do it. He'll do it at some point. But that's crazy. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, you gotta do it. Or I don't know if you like. I meant to ask you this, G. Q-Tip and Knife Wonder was asked about a versus.
Yeah, I saw that because they was on Hoffa's.
They was on Matt Hoffa's podcast, and they both gave the same answer. Like they're not interested in like my songs versus your songs. Like, give us a sample. Give us in both producers get a few minutes to make a beat and see who comes out with the most fire beats.
That's how beat battles been going on for the last X amount of years. Like that's how beat battles are. Like there's so many shows on YouTube that I watch because they're so dope. But they give people a sample, they give them an hour, and come back with the best beat. Now I'll fuck with that.
And Q-Tip, that's what Q-Tip said he won. Knife Wonder said like, yo, okay, let's hear the sample. Go 5, like we got 5 minutes to come back out. Q-Tip was like, yo, give us some samples, give us an hour, and then see who comes out with the best beats.
I mean, I think
Q-Tip said he would do that.
It's giving you a variation in content. It's not just the same old thing. I think that to me is how you compete and you get people's attention. Cause like that's something different. This shit isn't different. It's just 2 old niggas rapping, which I hate to say it like that. I don't want to feel like an old head like that, but I'm not watching this shit.
Puff Daddy needs any rap, any music or rap reality show needs to come back, because the show that I'm talking about is a beat making reality show where people come in with their computers and their NPCs and they make challenges for a week. And it's, I'm not going to say it's impossible to be scripted, but it's difficult for it to be scripted because it's like either you can make a beat or you can't.
Right. And I would be with that. If you can get Q-Tip in a room to battle a producer, like, yo, let's go, I'm making my beats, you go make your beats, I would watch it.
Right. And record the process,
that.
because like the process is also just as entertaining as the end result.
Right. Like you can have two screens, one watching the other, by the end of the process of making their beats.
I really want to watch Timbaland make his beats. I think that's an interesting process to watch.
Yeah. You'll be watching everybody else make a beat and then him add some 808s to it.
He's a genius.
Do you think Timbaland would beat Swiss in a battle, or you just making beats on the spot?
Where's your answer, G?
Because okay, so here we go. To me, they both do the same thing. They both punch in NPCs, personally speaking. To me, they both do the same, like, let me get this sample, let me change the drums, and let me put the sample on the sample pad so I can play it out of order. To me, that's what they both do. So it depends on who get the best sample. I don't know.
So you would say that any like Q-Tip, Knife, any of those guys would probably smoke them and they make a beat battle on the spot.
Yes.
But now we got to see that.
Yes.
We need to have a tournament amongst the producers. Now you said they got some kind of producer.
The chat, yeah, like they got a group
or whatever. Chat. I'm like, put that out there, man. Y'all have a battle with everybody on that chat.
How do you judge that though? Because everybody, like, that's a tough part, right? Because I like chill beats. Somebody else like hype beats. Somebody else like trap beats. How do you objectively judge something like that?
Well, that's something that he talked about too. And I said, like, he was saying about in the songs in general, but he said a lot of shit is just subjective. Because he was saying you attach a certain memory to a song.
Right.
Like we talked about it before, like when you hear the locks, like where were you? What were you doing? Like who were you with? Right. These are the things that you attach to a song. So a lot of it is just subjective, right?
Yeah.
But like at least that way, I feel like there's more skill involved.
I've lost one battle, and I lost it because on the final round, somebody played something that was nostalgic to the people in that room. I didn't know the people. I didn't grow up with those people. And he played a song that was nostalgic to the people in the room. And that's how he got the round. So I could see where Knife is coming from. Like, you can lose just off somebody having a better memory with that song than the actual song itself or beat itself.
That's fair.
Even then though, like when you look at the difference between the Locks and all the other ones, is the Locks, despite their song not being like a chart hitter, they came out and executed way better than anybody else on that stage that night.
Way better.
So
way better.
That's where a lot of the subjective can go out the window, but I hear you.
I mean, Hoffa said that specifically too. In response to that, he said that exact.
I didn't see the episode.
He said the exact same thing. He was like, because he said like I resonated more with like Dipset shit. He said, but in the building, he was like, oh no, it was. He said no, this shit. He said no, it was. They won. He said I can't even go with that no more. So I mean, in the moment, you can be awed by the craftsmanship, awed by like like. Not even talking about like, they in there rapping, they spitting. Like they're not playing, they're not hitting them. Like, he was saying a battle with him and another guy would just be boop, hit a button. I'm not a rapper, just boop, hit a button. I'm not doing shit. He's in no kisses spitting. These boys is rapping. It's different than you just pressing them, playing the beat.
I like that idea though. They go into another, they get they get some time to make a beat. Maybe they get some criteria. You got to use this sample. You got to use these sounds. You got to use this flip for X amount of seconds.
I like
and see what you got.
Yeah. So I also like the other idea. There was one other idea that the dude Mech said in there during the battle. He said for a producer battle, he said maybe like their first 10, they can do 10 of their tracks that they, people that know them for. Then the next 10, you actually do the beat battle.
I'll be cool with that.
So you go
I
like,
like that variation. I like that mix up.
So you go 10, then it's like halftime. Y'all make y'all beats, and then y'all come out.
And I think they also should pair, like, goes what I was saying. You gotta have somebody come out and rap their part. If you do that battle, you bring somebody out to give the energy, the performance aspect of it. Just bring me somebody, anybody from one of your tracks. I got a lot of people I can just bring out. Pull somebody.
Maybe. Yeah, I wonder how much. I feel like there's a way it could be done. The timing on it would be kind of interesting because, like, to make a refined beat, it takes. I mean, I'm not saying these are professionals, so maybe they take 10 minutes, but like how long we gonna give them? There got to be something going on where like maybe they get ahead of time.
Knife Wonder said 5 minutes.
But like that's okay. So that's another thing. So one of the rules inside this reality show was no pre-baked beats, no pre-baked sounds, no pre-baked melodies, no loops. Come with your shit. Because I could buy a loop pack and it'll take me 10 minutes to get a beat if I bought a loop pack. And I can prove it. I can show you. After this, we can do it.
They it's funny. You should watch this podcast. Watch this episode. They talked about that shit too.
Okay, all right.
He said some of this shit.
I guess they got the answers.
He said some of this shit is like, he said you may know this already. So he was saying like no prior knowledge of the sample and kind of coming like on the spot. Like that's why he was saying like essentially, it seemed like these are gonna be half baked beats, but they're gonna be off the top. Like really, what's your skill in 5 minutes that you can show and be like, yo, I got this far so with this beat so far. You know what I mean? Like, so it was interesting. It was an interesting concept. I think again, to me, that gets the intrigue of it being something that's not out there, right? Otherwise, you're just doing like old school concerts and low energy in some cases, right? This is like unique. I've never seen anything like that. You mentioned you've seen it before, but I've never really watched like a beat battle. Like boom, I'll make a beat better than yours on the spot. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and do it.
With all-time producers at that.
Right. These aren't just bums, like just random. These are like, if there's a Hall of Fame for producing and beat making, these guys are in it, right?
Yeah.
He's talking about on this like messaging, whatever they got. It's like it's him, it's Just, it's Alchemist. Obviously, you got Swiss on there. I mean, like these motherfuckers are like geniuses. This is the top of the top. I would love to see how they go through a beat, get a sample, and make something out of that shit in a couple minutes on the spot.
But you gotta. Dope. The only thing is, people gotta understand is in a beat battle, I'm not making the beat for somebody to rap to. I'm making the beat for you to get hyped to. So people gotta understand the difference, because a lot of beats that you hear are gonna sound a little different if they're trying to get something from the crowd than if they're gonna try to leave space for somebody to sing or rap to. Because if you leave space for somebody to sing or rap to, the beat is gonna just be a little less complex. So like in a beat battle, you're gonna get something different. But as long as people understand that and know that this process is for a battle and not for a song, you can still kind of see the similarities.
Like I said, I'll be with it, man.
I'm down with it. I'm down with it.
That will be interesting. It'll be more interesting than this fucking Big Eddie Kane battle is going to be.
Kane got his though. Kane, I mean, KRS One, he got his, but like Kane's more my speed. I don't
Kane gonna win.
Yeah, I don't care about KRS One's hits.
Listen, I think
KRS One has no chance.
Even though people probably that interested, y'all got Kane. I'm going Chris.
Come on, man. He said Chris.
Really? Really? Stop.
Yeah, I'm
going Chris. I think it is for one reason.
Where are they? They're gonna be in Brooklyn?
I don't know where they're gonna be. I know.
He said where they are is important. If they're in the Bronx, then sure. But otherwise, I'm not giving it to him. If he's in a boogie down, then fine. Otherwise, no.
I know the good brother Chris will outperform Kane. And I think that will make a difference.
Kane last concert, he did sitting down.
Kane be doing Frank Sinatra on Smooth Operator.
Nah. I think Kane wasn't Kane doing interviews with like J. Cole and shit. He was talking with the young boys.
Kane had dance moves and all. Like Kane ain't got those no more. He half stepping for real.
Matter of fact, Kane forgot his verse on the last gen I saw him. I'm gonna link it to y'all later. He forgot his verse on that J.
I shouldn't have picked Kane already. I'm not liking this pick.
I'm going with Kane, bro. I don't care about no KRS One songs.
I think that's where it matters. It ain't gonna matter how hype KRS One is. He gonna come out there and be like, "You like the fuck is this?" Like, yo.
He can't get hyped to his whole tips. He can't get hyped to his whole tips.
You gonna be looking at him like, are you serious? Nah, you
He
can't
gonna do
be
that old
serious,
school. He gonna do
homie.
that old school freestyling style for like 2 hours straight, and nobody gonna care about that old school ass freestyling style. It's hard. It's impossible. It's hard. This is a skill that I don't have. Most people will never have that skill. Don't nobody want to hear that shit.
No.
Right.
They
It is
don't.
crazy how it's such a tough skill that nobody appreciates.
Yeah.
It's like bowling.
Yo, right? Yo, it's
for real.
amazing. How you keep doing that shit, man? He hitting these strikes. That's cool. You want some
Right.
teaching how to do it? Nah, I don't give a fuck that much. It's cool to see though, like, occasionally for 5-10 minutes, and now I'm done. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, it is what it is, man. It just they need something new. Give me the beat battle. Give me that at this point, because this shit isn't. Harris won. Come on, nigga.